Setting and divided neighborhood. They lived on Swiss territory on the German side of the Rhine during World War II. The neighborhood was a mixture of German NSPD members working on Hitler's railway under the swastika, Swiss citizens partially organized underground, preparing for a possible guerrilla activity and an occupation by Nazi Germany. Abandoned and fear. The Swiss army has given up on this undefendable small territory. The tension and anxiety were high, and neither side dared to act out the conflict, fearing a later retribution. Children under the swastika. The kids we will focus on were between 7 and 13 years old. As the oldest of them, I remember that the relationship between those kids under the swastika were ominous. Restrictions had not been explained to us, and when we had some fun together, it was talked away by the parents. Bombers, silver Christmas trees. The confusion reached its peak when the bombardments by the Allied forces started. The humming silver flocks of bombers crossed the blue sky, suddenly planting silver Christmas trees in the blue, and each time, shortly after, the earth shook like an earthquake. We rejoiced and they panicked until they hit us for the first time, still with almost no damage. Alarms and shelters. From that moment on, strong air raid alarm rules were put in effect, and more time was spent in the improvised air raid shelters, which every household had to build. In the public shelter, the kids were all huddling together, wondering if we had been hit when the earth shook, or else just bored by the long waiting times and wondering how we could change this. Imagining an underground world. A few of us, mainly under the leadership of my brother and myself, explored the fantasy of an underground world as a play space. Regardless of the political alliances of our parents, we started to construct furniture together, painting the walls and carpeting the ugly cellar floor of our private air raid shelters. Making things and moving below. We assisted each other in building toys and selecting puppets or vehicles to go permanently into this underworld. After the first of the 3 devastating bombardments of our city, we had to spend more time in our underworld than above. Keeping the stories alive. When the alarm howled, we tried to arrange it so that we reached a shelter where we could play out our stories. We had long-running stories with puppet protagonists featuring ourselves in well-defined roles. Mothers on the home front. Interestingly enough, the mothers did not interfere. They seemed to be relieved that the kids were taken care of while they had to cope with gardening and civil service, maintaining the infrastructure of our city without husbands, who by that time were all in the army. The magic underworld. By 1944, our magic underworld was so fascinating that we spent more time playing together than outside. Most of our toys, pastels, and paper joined us there. No enactment of the rift. The kids of the 2 sides never enacted the political rift, even though we knew about the fate of the Reich and awaited the GIs with eagerness. A lasting password. Our great personal experience was our play in the magic underworld and our sadness when it was over. My brother and I ended up having a good friendship with the German kids, and we went on using the password we invented to begin the play for many more years.